Hello, it's Butterfree, and today I would like to talk about some underrated DC characters who deserve more love. When people talk about DC Comics, the same names always come up: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and don't get me wrong, they're iconic, but DC's universe is massive, and some of its most interesting, complex, and powerful characters barely get the spotlight they deserve. So, therefore, we are going to talk about the underrated DC characters who deserve way more love. Zatanna. Zatanna is one of the most magic users in DC, and yet she's constantly sidelined. Her magic works by speaking spells backwards, which already makes her visually and narratively unique. She's not just a stage magician aesthetic, she's trained by real mystics, has fought world-ending threats, and has magic that rivals some of the strongest beings in the DC universe. Zatanna should be leading stories, not just appearing in team-ups. The Question. Vic Sage. The Question is one of DC's most unsettling characters, and that's exactly why he works. He's a faceless detective obsessed with uncovering the truth, conspiracies, and corruption. There are no superpowers here, just paranoia, philosophy, and raw investigation. In a world full of gods and aliens, the Question reminds us that sometimes the scariest villains are systems, secrets, and lies. Huntress. Helena Bertinelli. Huntress lives in the space between hero and anti-hero, and DC has never fully committed to her potential. She's driven by revenge, rage, trauma, and a personal moral code that doesn't always align with Batman. She's not trying to be liked. She's trying to survive and protect what she believes in. Huntress deserves stories that explore her darkness instead of smoothing it out. Blue Beetle, the Jamie Reyes version. Jamie Reyes is one of the DC's best legacy characters, yet he's often treated like an afterthought. The Scrab gives him alien technology, insane combat abilities, and a constant internal conflict, because the suit doesn't always agree with him. Jamie's stories balance humor, fear, responsibility, and identity in a way that feels genuinely human. He should be front and center for a new generation of DC fans. Raven. Raven is popular but still underrated in how deeply she's written. She's not just the dark one of the Teen Titans. She's constantly suppressing emotion to keep an actual demon apocalypse from happening. Her stories are about self-control, identity, and fear, are some of the most emotionally heavy in DC. Raven deserves narratives that lean into her psychological complexity, not her aesthetic. Static. Virgil Hawkins. Static is one of DC's most relatable heroes. He's a teenager navigating school, friendships, responsibility, and sudden superpowers, all while dealing with real-world issues like violence and loss. Static isn't just fun or nostalgic. His stories matter. DC needs to treat him as more than a throwback. Martian Manhunter. John Jones is one of the founding members of the Justice League, and somehow still overlooked. He's one of the most popular beings on Earth, yet carries immense grief as the last survivor of his race. Telepathy, shape-shifting, super strength, but also loneliness, restraint, and quiet leadership. Martian Manhunter is the emotional backbone of the Justice League, and he deserves recognition for that. DC Comics isn't just built on its biggest names, it's built on characters with depth, pain, mystery, and unrealized potential. Some of DC's best stories are waiting in the shadows. If you enjoyed this, let me know which underrated DC character you think deserves more love, and which one I should cover next.